Hey guys, happy Friday. I'm going to do some examples on this worksheet with you. I'm actually going to do numbers 1 through 4 on the front of the worksheet. We're going to do them together and your work should look just like mine. Then on the back, you're going to try a problem and then pause the video while you do it and then play it again to see how you did. Then move on to the next one. So each time you try a problem, go ahead and pause the video and see how you do on your own. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we always want to start with our formula. Area equals 1/2 base times height. I'm going to go ahead and write that for my first problem. And now I'm going to plug in the numbers from my first example. Area equals 1/2 times the base is 15 times the height, which is 8. Now you guys should know by now as 6th graders that when I am multiplying numbers together, I can rearrange the order in how I multiply and still get the same answer. I could take half of 15, but then I have a decimal. So I actually think I'm going to take half of 8. Think about that for just a minute. 1/2 times 8 equals 8 over 2. What's 8 divided by 2? Oh, sorry, you can't see it. There we go. What's 8 divided by 2? 4. So half of 8 is 4. Then I'm going to multiply 4 by 15. If you're not sure what that is, go ahead and grab your calculator. Area equals 60. My units would be feet squared. That's my final answer. So I took half times my height times my base. Again, you can change the order of a multiplication problem and it doesn't change the answer. Let's take a look at the second example. Start with your formula. Area equals 1/2 times the base times the height. Now plug in your numbers. Area equals 1/2 times 11 4/10 times 17 7/10. What's another way I could write 1/2? Well, couldn't I just do it like this? And now I'm just going to use my calculator to solve this problem. Can you see it? Nope. Okay, so I'm going to type 0.5 times 11.4. That's 5.7. And I'm going to multiply that by 17 7/10. I get 189 hundredths. My units would be centimeters squared. Okay, let's take a look at the third example. Start with your formula. Area equals 1/2 times the base times the height. Plug in your numbers. Now remember, it doesn't matter which direction your triangle is facing. The height and the base are going to make a 90-degree angle. So 1/2 times 6 times 8. Again, you really could switch the order of the 6 and the 8. It doesn't make any difference. So half of 6 is 3, and 3 times 8 is 24. So my answer is the area equals 24 inches squared. Okay, the last one. Start with your formula and plug in your numbers. Oops, I forgot my 1/2. Times 8 2/3 times 5 3/5. I'm going to rewrite this using improper fractions. So 1/2 times, okay, 3 times 8 is 24, plus 2 is 26 over 3, times, this would be 25 plus 3 is 28 over 5. I'm going to start with this. 1/2 times 26 over 3. I can cross cancel the 2 and the 26. I'm going to divide them both by 2 and get 13. So this equals 13 over 3 times 28 over 5. Now I'm going to multiply across. And I get 364 over 15. I don't want to leave my answer as an improper fraction, so let's divide that back out. Okay, 15 goes into 36 2 times. That would be 30. Subtract. 15 goes into 64 4 times. So my answer would be 24 and 4/15 meters squared. Now, you're welcome to use your calculator, but on some of these fractions, they don't convert evenly. That means that it won't terminate. Then you would have to round, and our answer wouldn't be exact. So on a fraction that has thirds in the denominator, for example, you're going to need to leave it as a fraction and not convert it to a decimal. Go ahead and turn your worksheet over, and this is where you're going to do some practice on your own. I want you to pause the video, solve number 1, and then resume the video and see how you did. Remember, your work should look exactly like mine. Go ahead and pause it and try number 1. To solve number 1, I'm going to start with my formula. Area equals 1/2 base, hang on just a second. Okay, 1/2 base times the height. And now I'm going to plug in my numbers. Area equals 1/2 times 9.1 times 31.2. I would use 0.5 instead of this 1/2, and I'm just going to multiply those numbers together. I get area equals 141 and 96/100 centimeters squared. If you got it right, awesome. If you got it wrong, pause the video again and go back and see what happened. Now go ahead and pause and solve question number 2. All right, area equals 1/2 times the base times the height. Area equals 1/2 times 5 times 3 3/4. Okay, I'm probably going to go ahead and use decimals for these, and I'm going to rewrite that as area equals 0.5 times 5 times 3.75. And now I'm going to use my calculator and multiply across, and I get 9.375 kilometers squared. There's my final answer. Okay, try number 3. All right, area equals 1/2 times base times height. So area equals 1/2 times 2.4 times 3.2. Again, I'm going to go ahead and use the decimal version and multiply across. 0.5 times 2.4 times 3.2. Okay, and my answer is 3 84/100 inches squared. Okay, try number 4. All right, area equals 1/2 times the base times the height. Area equals 1/2 times 11 times 60. I know half of 60 is 30, and 30 times 11 is 330. Millimeters squared. Okay, try number 5. All right. Area equals 1/2 times base times height. Area equals 1/2 times 10 times 13 and 1/3. I'm going to leave this as a fraction because I cannot convert that 13 and 1/3 into a number that terminates. Half of 10 is 5. I'm going to multiply that by 13 and 1/3. So I'm going to multiply 3 times 13. I get 39. I add one more and get 40 over 3. I'm going to go ahead and put that 5 over 1. I cannot cross cancel, so I multiply across and I get 200 over 3. I want to convert that improper fraction to a mixed number, so I take 200 divided by 3. 3 goes into 20 6 times. 3 goes into 20 6 times. And my answer is 66 2/3 feet squared. How'd you do? Okay, so I'm going to have you practice this on Buzz Math. Check your list of assignments. I want you to open up your notebook, and I should see work for every one of your Buzz Math questions that looks something like this. Again, it's always okay to use your calculator, but I need to see your process. So open up your journal, start the Buzz Math, and then on Monday, let me know what questions you have. All right, have a good weekend, guys.